Hey everyone, just taking a little evening walk where it's a little bit cooler, and I was thinking about the word honor and how God tells us to honor people, but we're to honor God, and if we're dishonoring people, then we're actually, as Christians, dishonoring God also. You don't get to dishonor a person and then that brings honor to God. Nope, doesn't work that way. And so it says in the Bible for us to honor our mother and father, and that's to respect them. You don't get to say nasty things to your parents. You don't have to agree with everything, but you don't get to purposefully hurt them. In our government, I see it so much that these Facebook is a big one. I guess social media is used for it a lot, but so nasty pictures, nasty words said about whatever party that you don't agree with, and calling names, and actually speaking curses over people. And anyone that is in office, or if they're your boss, or it is, God has allowed that to be. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with them. Doesn't mean that you have to agree with how they do things, or sit quietly, but then you have to do it still in an honorable way. Whether they are or not, you still have to do it in an honorable way, because when you're not, it's no different what you're doing than what they're doing. And in the church, there's people in leadership, we have pastors that God has placed over us, and as the people coming to church, it is dishonoring to God when we dishonor the people that God has put in place. And many times as Christians, we look at a situation and say, well, this isn't the way I want it. This is the way I'd like it to be. This isn't what I call service, or whatever it is, or worship, or whatever. But we don't get to put our personal opinions in a place that now doesn't honor the people, but it actually is talking about them, making fun of them. It hurts my heart deeply. It hurts my heart so deeply when I see those kind of things, and in the name of or we just want to help them, or we just want the best for them. That is not why it's happening. It is just an opportunity to say somebody, you don't agree with how somebody's doing something, and so you're going to just take them down any way you can. And I have to admit, I've done it myself and it makes me sad. I think, you are a Christian, Kathy, and you don't get to act the same way people do in this world. So I don't get to go into a business and ream somebody out, scream at them, and act like a child just because they did something wrong or something I didn't agree with. And I'm saying that because that happened with me one time, where I just went off on these people because I was exhausted and I felt like I'd been fighting with them for so long, and so all this came out. But did I bless them? No. Did I honor God in what I did? No, I did not. And so I had to go to the Lord and ask for forgiveness, confess that. I had to say I was sorry for what I had done because it wasn't right. And then to remember, okay, the next time that I'm feeling that way, where I feel like somehow I should be able to just say or do whatever I want because I don't agree with somebody or I think they're doing it wrong, I better ask the Lord. And if this is what He wants me to do, if this is how He wants me to talk, if this is how He wants me to act, and if we're led by the Holy Spirit, then there should be a check, check, check coming in your spirit when you do things like that. I know for me, that's what happened. Big check in my spirit. I knew what I had done was wrong. And then it's my choice whether I'm just going to, again, say, well, but they didn't do what was right, so I have, or they didn't do the way it should be, so I have every right to talk like this. We don't. And when we dishonor people, we dishonor God. So I just encourage you to think about that when you're walking through life and around people. And that He sees everything. He sees every motive in our heart. And we will answer for those things. I know this probably sounded heavy and you're probably like, wow, I was looking for some inspiration. Not very inspiring. But I hope that you will learn from what I went through and how I had to deal with it and how it affected me and the people that I was speaking to. And that as Christians that we would think twice before we start dishonoring people that God has put in place. I hope you all have a great night.